Hello again, and welcome to my talk for this week. It's good to be with you. Many of us will have been in a maze. I remember one in particular at a big country house in England. It's been there for several centuries. It's very tall and very dense. There is no way of seeing through the hedges to try to work out where you are. As I walked confidently along, sure I was on the right path, I would come to yet another green blank wall. At the centre was a beautiful golden sundial and a folly, a tall, fort-like structure built for no particular purpose. I was determined to get to it, but it took me a good 40 minutes, much longer than I'd anticipated. I imagine that for the medical staff, scientists, and political leaders and others trying to see a way forward in the pandemic, it feels like a maze. For a time, it seems as if progress is being made. The indicators are heading in the right direction. And then the path takes an abrupt turn, as with Omicron, and suddenly they're faced by a green wall again. It certainly feels like that for the rest of us. It's frustrating to feel that there is a ray of hope and then the clouds close in. I know that many of us are becoming tired and fed up by the restricted lives we have been forced to live for the last 2 years. As we close in on the second anniversary of the virus being identified, it feels like a very long time. For most of us, the changes we have faced have been inconvenient, but we've coped, wearing masks, limited social contacts, staying 6 feet apart. There's quite a list. For others, it's more than that. And although I'm sure we can think of many examples, I want to highlight a few. People who have lived alone for many reasons, perhaps age or illness, have become more isolated. Those who volunteer for organizations have not been able to continue with this. The disruption of schools has led to parents having to make urgent arrangements for childcare. This can be particularly difficult for single working parents. In other cases, there might be the stress of children and adults where circumstances at home are far from ideal. Government statistics suggest that intimate partner violence has increased during this time. It's proving more and more difficult for victims to leave their homes to find a place of refuge. This Christmas season is a time when, perhaps more than any other, we reflect upon the needs of others. We can pray, but let's also be on the lookout for those for whom the last 2 years have been very hard, and consider what practical help we might give as we recall the birth of our Saviour, Jesus, the Messiah. Thank you again for being here, and I trust that you are well. God bless and stay safe.